halfway in and halfway home as the series heads to Miami. Homestead Miami Speedway. Has hosted the YACademy Winter Series Championship every single year. This year it moves to be the championship finale. Rounds 4, 5, and 6 will be contested upon the high banks that's seen NASCAR and IndyCar competition for decades. The USF Juniors are getting set to get underway. Race number 1 on the day, race number 4 of 6 on the championship. Nikita Johnson enters with momentum on his side as he looks to become the youngest ever YACademy Winter Series title holder. We get set to go green and we send it down trackside as they're lining up and beginning to make the formation laps for round number 4. Field is set and line on the high banks of NASCAR turn number 4. Sam Corey and the Red Lion Oil Ace number 14 VRD leads to the inside as they get to the Geico start zone with Elliott Cox and the Sarah Fisher Hartman driver development entry to the outside. They're going to fan out 3 wide for the lead as the green flag flies here at Homestead from round number 4. Johnson starting third down on the inside. Here's Noah Ping to the outside into turn number 2. Elliott Cox going to give way, tries to cut down, and he gets turned, and around he goes. Nikita Johnson had a nose on the inside, and they come together, and they'll drop to the tail end of the field. We stay green with the spin. Johnson to the tail, along going wide as well was the driver that started 4th. That's the number 12 of Matt Clark. Noah Ping with some great evasive driving there as the two come together for 2nd. Ping moving up into P2. Now we see Justin Grant just ahead here of Elliott Cox trying to play defense. Carl Bennett getting through on the inside. Grant's going to get another one, and Cox will get one more spot coming onto the back straightaway for the first time as the comeback drive begins. Here's Nikita Johnson to the inside of Alan Isambar. Just ahead is Cox working on Justin Grant. Down the inside, Grant drops a tire and he'll let one go by. Here comes Johnson to make it 2, and they'll head towards turn number 8 here. Nikita Johnson and Elliott Cox working in tandem up through the field. Cox on the outside, Carl Bennett gonna overshoot the defense. He'll run wide, and Cox and Johnson pick up another position as they head down the backstretch here, working lap number 2. We work on board back up through the field here. This is on board one of the DC Auto Sport cars, going a little bit wide. It's the 51 machine going nearly through the dirt fully, and it was the 51 of Earl Tucker that made the move that went on the outside lane. Here's Cox in a log jam headed to turn 8, nearly 3 wide. Johnson stuffs it onto the bottom. Just ahead is the Future Star Racing teammate, number 88. That's David Burkett trying to hang on to the position. Now these two will go side by side. Johnson on the bottom, Cox on the outside lane with the slipstream. He'll hang on around the outside through the flat out kink and into the infield section in the back sector, turns 3 and 4. Again, trying to go side by side in front of him. Here's Cox diving down to the bottom. Contact made, and around goes the 51. And there goes again Earl Tucker around. He was trying to hang on to the position, and another spin plagues the early part of round number 4. Back up front here, or at least towards the front. Nikita Johnson looking to go 3 wide to the inside of David Burkett and Elliott Cox, who gets hung on the outside lane. Johnson gets through. Cox gets the run on the outside lane. Burkett will lose 2 spots. They'll come back up the gearbox here. Elliott Cox now going to put Nikita Johnson on defense mode as we go towards the front of the field. Here we are with the damaged car, Justin Grant, in the sideways number 31 International Motorsport entry. He's on defense here, trying to hang on for dear life with a heavily bent up race car, and he's going to go up and over as a pass was attempted down the inside of him, and a major crash in turn number 2 as the two drivers collide, and Justin Grant for a wild ride up and over a full 360 degrees with a sideways flip, and that will trigger the safety car, and you can see the Homestead Miami Speedway safety team seeing that Justin safely gets out of the race car. They will have some heavy damage repair, and we are going to go under red flag conditions for the first time in this season of the YACademy Winter Series. You can hear the driver involved all trying to make sense of the situation as the tow truck brings Justin Grant back behind the wall. Here's team owner Dan Mitchell talking with Nikita Johnson, one of his team drivers. Here's another one, Noah Ping, along with Sam Corey. They're 1 and 2. They'll get to restart at the front of the field. Johnson obviously with some work to do to get up to his Velocity Racing development drivers. Here they go, battling for the lead. Cox throwing some blocks down to the bottom, defending that position. He'll do it successfully as Ping challenges. And Corey's going to go wide into the grass. Sam Corey off the racetrack. Noah Ping takes over the lead. Corey spins it around in the dirt. He was trying to hang on. Cold tires off the line on the inside, and he just barely goes in a bit too deep as Johnson around the outside here on Nick D'Orlando will get up now to what's going to become the 4th position as they drag race to turn number 5. Johnson on the outside. Here comes Elliott Cox paying the favor back, going 3 wide on his own to the inside of Johnson. He'll at least clear D'Orlando. Johnson gets himself clear with a little brake lockup and now goes to work on more. Here's Matt Clark going by an Elliott Cox as he tries to come back forward. Last season's championship contender, Matt Clark, making just a one-off weekend start here as he links up with the D-Force Racing boys for a USF Junior Championship season later this year, getting some valuable testing time and obviously having some good pace as he challenges championship contender for 2022, Elliott Cox, for the position. Across the line, though, Noah Ping will collect the round 4 victory and emerge from the chaos for his 2nd win in the championship. So with that here, Noah Ping ends up your winner. Nikita Johnson rebounds to 2nd and salvages quite a few points by the end of it all. Elliott Cox gets back up to 7th, Sam Corey to 6th.
I don't know what happened at the start of the race, but there was contact and some people went off, so I capitalized on that and drove the 55 up. I don't know what happened in the red flag too, so we got the lead on the first lap after the restart, so it was a good race.
Yeah, I think it was just another case of capitalizing on what was happening in front of me, and it really just sort of played into my hand really well. Saw the red flag come out, so I knew I had to get a good restart and get back going to hold my spot, and I think definitely this is a great experience for me to get prepared for next season.
Race number 1 here from Homestead. The sun is setting. We're back for 2 more races tomorrow to conclude the 2022 YACademy Winter Series USF Junior Championship. And then, of course, it's the invert, so that means everyone inside the top 10 goes to the opposite of where they finished. Noah Ping, Nikita Johnson to row number 5, and a changed up front row with David Burkett on the front. Here we are, round 5, the invert race here, the middle one, and they're already 3 wide, swarming the 88 of Burkett as they go to turn number 1. Big time jump down the inside for Nick D'Orlando, and they're all going to go side by side to turn number 2. This time, a little bit more clean as they get sideways up in the front. Sam Corey hanging on the outside lane for 3rd in the marbles. He'll hold on to the spot as Elliott Cox goes to work for the lead. Here he goes, looking on the inside of D'Orlando. Into the hairpin before the long back straightaway. He'll get the job done. Elliott Cox to the lead here and to the point in Miami in a crucial race for his championship. Here comes David Burkett back on the 14 of Corey. They're going to make a little contact. It'll send Corey wide. And he goes into the grass his 2nd time mowing the lawn, this time with help from the inside. He'll save the car, but lose quite a bit of time in the process. He's going to drop all the way to the tail. Back on board his teammate Nikita Johnson, getting aggressive with Noah Ping. He'll try and get clear on his VRD teammate, and he does. He forces him to the runoff, and he has to back out. So Nikita Johnson up another position. That is a crucial, again, pass in the championship fight. These two have won all the rounds so far between the pair. And around the outside, Noah Ping's going to lose another position as the Ganella Racing guys starting to roll. Johnson down the inside now on D'Orlando. Also going to get to the inside of Burkett. Late move on the brakes there. A lot of respect being shown between David Burkett and Nikita Johnson as the DC Autosport number 61 of Nick D'Orlando can only watch. Burkett, big run on the high banks here on the outside. He's going to try and clear himself, but Johnson hangs on strong. He's still there going into the hard braking sector. Gets crowded onto the curb and nearly loses the back of the car. Eventually, Burkett able to hold on there. Johnson goes back to work. D'Orlando now will get a better exit, and he'll put Nikita Johnson on the defense here as we go back on board at the end of this train here. It's about 3 to 4 drivers deep. Johnson's got company. Here comes D'Orlando. Here comes more down the inside into turn number 2 just as he gets the spot away. And we ride on board again, one of the Ganella Racing cars here continuing to fight forward. Meanwhile, this allows Noah Ping to get up into the mix as well as he goes around the outside in turn number 5. Picks up a position locks his target onto the 22 of Artie Flores, who has been digging hard this entire race to hang on. Johnson now looking to fade even further back. Flores gets by. He's also going to get freight trained by the 45 Alan Isambard, and they're all fanning out here as Ping gets a little bit sideways in the braking zone, runs it wide coming onto the backstretch. Lots of shuffling for the 7 car as he's out of the picture. It's Ping now getting put to the outside into turn number 5. He tried to defend the bottom side. Isambard trying to get through in the 45 car, and he will. Alan Isambard with some better luck here on round number 5, and into the pit lane. Nikita Johnson in a drive forward early on. This is going to be disastrous for the championship point leader as he has to retire the car inside the pit box with the VRD crew investigating. So Nikita Johnson out. Lots of points up for grabs. Who's going to take it here? Little contact back in the field. Lots of spins. In fact, the pack splits. But right in front of Sam Corey, that was the 19 car, Jake Bonilla, going around. And again, contact all around as a great wreck avoidance there. Here's some heavy battling down the inside lane. Alan Isambard locking the brakes up as he tries to get on through. And here we go again into turn number 2. This is D. Orlando on the outside. And the DC Autosport number 61 hanging tough. Isambard continuing to fight on the bottom. Noah Ping trying to find a way by. Quicker he gets through both of these guys, higher points he can get in the championship and try to close the gap to Johnson as he gets run off the racetrack there, trying to hang it on the outside. He'll now have to worry about Artie Flores getting back in the mix as he's got a nose ahead to turn number 5. And Noah Ping just kind of caught in the madness right now in the edge of the top 5 while the leaders continue to pull away. Good defense there for turn 5. He'll still remain side by side, but he's not given the spot up yet. They're nearly touching tires, heading into the hairpin that leads on the back straightaway. As up ahead, D. Orlando gets sideways. More contact there with Ping, and they're going to go 3 wide. Through the apron, Artie Flores, they're nearly all touching tires. Down the back straightaway, Flores to the bottom, Ping in the middle. D. Orlando's going to back out. He's on the outside. These two going to race down the banking. Ping with the momentum on the outside lane. Can he get clear? He'll eventually have to give the spot up as Flores gets by. And Alan Isambard, look how quickly he got up the road. He's way clear of these guys now in 3rd. Ping back on the inside in 5. Just trying to take the 4th spot away. He does. Noah Ping a little bit sideways on the exit, trying to clear himself. Little bit of contact again as Flores goes back to work now on the outside. You can see him checking the mirrors. Meanwhile, up front, it's been smooth sailing for this kid. Elliott Cox scores his first career YACademy Winter Series victory in round 5. He emerges from the Invert race with a lot of points gained in the championship. David Burkett makes the most of the front row start for a Future Star Racing 1-2. Alan Isambard 3rd, Ping 4th, D. Orlando rounding the top 5, getting by Artie Flores at the line.
Oh, it feels amazing. This was definitely the breakthrough we needed for the team all around. We were struggling to find a little bit of a setup, but we were just trying to find a baseline, and we were getting close. So we just got to put the hard work in, and that's what the team's doing.
We had a really good start, got out to, I think, 2nd. Into the hairpin, I got into 1st, and then just kind of drove my race. The car was amazing. Thank you to everybody on my team for helping. Congrats to everybody else.
Final race of the championship now. It's an average of your finishing results from the early 2 races on the day, rounds 4 and 5. Puts Noah Ping and Elliott Cox on the front row. Nikita Johnson lines up 3rd. Here we are on board Sam Corey. Great start. He'll quickly get to the inside of Artie Flores, and we're green for the final race of the YACademy Winter Series in 2022. Noah Ping on the bottom side, looking for the lead, trying to keep Elliott Cox at bay in the marbles. You can see how dirty the tires get, and he'll ultimately have to give way here as they go through turn number 3, I believe. He's going to stay on. Actually, great run out of 3. Stays it even through 4 through the bowl corner. Ping will have the momentum on the high side and finally get clear, but Cox able to hold on to 2nd for the moment. Nikita Johnson to the outside lane. Here comes Cox, deep on the brakes. He knows Ping's up ahead, can't go in too deep. That allows Johnson to go in deeper. Pulls along even, but he can't hold it. And Nikita Johnson slots in line to 3rd. So here you are, your 3 contenders in the championship, all with 1 bad round so far. Johnson with 2 wins, Ping with 2 wins, Cox with a win. And into turn number 7 and 8, down the inside, Johnson Gonna get clear on Elliot Cox and take the spot away. Move Nikita Johnson to P2 as they rocket up the high banks of the back straightaway. All this going on here, they're still fighting behind them as well. Here's the battle for the lead though. Ping opens up last second. What a great fake out by Nikita Johnson. He looked to the outside, went down to the inside, and he takes over the top spot. And again, a massive point swing here for the number 7 car, especially after that dismal run with a DNF due to a mechanical issue in round 5. He needs to perform in round 6. This will be a huge boost in the confidence to come right back out swinging. He holds the spot down the back straightaway. You can see now more drivers still on the toe, but Johnson leads into turns 1 and 2. Here's Sam Corey looking for third on Cox. They've already come together once today. This time, no contact. Corey gets through. Cox back to fourth. So as Elliot Cox lines up behind him here, here's Sam Corey now going to work on Noah Ping. Nikita Johnson's already begun to set sail out in front. Ping hanging on the outside, and he gets hit. And around he goes, off into the grass. I don't know if there was contact there from the onboard. It looked like Corey was getting a nose, and it looked like, again, Ping got hit in the left rear, but he might have just got sideways going in deep. Either way, a lap of dirty tires has cost him time, and he goes wide again, this time in turn number 2. Kicks up some dirt onto the racetrack for Cox into turn number 3, and Sam Corey's going to get away with a bigger lead now. About a second and a half, comfort. And out front, Nikita Johnson with the win, secures the championship, the youngest ever champion, 3 wins in 6 rounds for the number 7, and the St. Petersburg, Florida native wins the YACademy Winter Series USF Junior title with a 3.7 second margin of victory over his teammates in Sam Corey and Noah Ping. Elliot Cox fourth. Ellis Piazza ends the championship bid with a top 5, and then a big group behind him here in the 16-car field at Homestead Miami.
Nikita, let's talk to you, man. I mean, that race is about as good as they can come. Start up front, drive away, pull the gap. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, I just did quality laps for like about the first 7 laps, 8 laps, and then after that I kind of backed it up down a notch. And then, yeah, the last 5 laps it just drove and, you know, just secured it.
Awesome stuff, Nikita. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nikita Johnson, again, was a standout rookie star in 2021. Put it on the pole, won a race that season, and he comes back now eyeing a USF Junior National campaign. Well, he's got a lot of momentum now, as he is your 2022 YACademy Winter Series presented by Cooper Tires champion.